Hello everyone and welcome back to Victoria 2 and Austria. Maybe it will turn into Austria-Hungary later on, who knows? But now we're continuing with the war, the Prussian-Austrian Brothers' War, featuring Austria and also Prussia. But mostly a bunch of other nations that are too small, like Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, or how you pronounce it. There's Gotha, yeah, there is Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. And Saxe-Weimar. Either way, they do have a lot more units, and I want to sort of visualize that, and we should visualize it by going into diplomatic map mode, and all of northern Germany, including the British Isles, and, well, Canada, half of India, and, New Zealand and Australia, even though I don't really think soldiers from there will make a dent or even show up here in this theater, and I'm unsure if British troops will either. I mean, it's a universal truth that every time the United Kingdom is playing with you, or if you're on the same side and they're allies, they never help you. But if you go to war against them, or if they are against you and allied to your enemy, they always send a million troops. Like every time I play as Prussia and I fight against Russia and they are allied with United Kingdom, they send every single man who is above 15 years old from India up through Persia and attack. Because, that's just Britain. They never help you, and they always help your enemies. Anyway, now we should continue. I've already mobilized or managed to click the button. And I also noticed that by annexing Krakow, we got an additional industrial power. Let's see what it's not even open, is it? How do we have it then? Or is that in Krakow? Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it's Galicia, Lodomeria, where Krakow is. I'm probably butchering all these pronunciations. Anyway, we need to establish a defensive perimeter here against the Prussians, because I had to have no technologies, and I'm sure they have plenty. I think they start with more as well. So there's no point in sending all forces up against in their land. We just have to slug it out. And we do have some allies. I'm gonna keep it on maybe 2 at speed. And United Baltic Provinces goes bankrupt. That's a shame. You can join me, United Baltic Provinces. I need more men. So, do I have any good leaders here? He's good at defensive. Do I have anyone who's good attacking? I do not. Do I have anyone in stock here that's good at attacking? I need someone who's good. He's got one. Alphonse Eisner. Eisner, where have I heard that before? Probably somewhere. Most of these admirals, or not admirals, but generals are pretty bad. Actually, they're terrible. They're pretty darn terrible, everyone. Alphonse Eisner, congratulations, you're now in charge of this counterattack against the filthy Prussians. Do you have anyone else who's good? He's pretty decent. Let's send him over here. And Hermann Hummel. Where are all the good generals? Or do I even have any? Is he good? No, he's terrible. And I have mostly terrible generals. I'm unsure if this war is winnable. I really am doubting it at this point. But I will do my best, and hopefully the best will be enough. I'm just gonna do some counterattacks where it's feasible to try to push out some troops. Probably not a lot. And together with these armies, maybe they'll be able to kill these Prussians. Fighting is going relatively bad. I always like fighting with supreme numbers. It's a confidence boost. Let's send them up to Prague. And this battle is going... it's going alright. Now it's going less alright. Actually, it's going pretty bad now. And now they're getting surrounded as well. Huh, this is not good. Not good at all. Okay, they will probably win. I mean, I can't see them losing. But I can see me losing. Through sheer amounts of Prussians everywhere. Maybe try to force them to turn back there from the path. Oh, 52,000, I think in Budovjevic or whatever this place is. There will be a big fight going on, and maybe they will be able to take out those men as well. They will get some reinforcements. And this is a terrible battle because most likely they have terrain and crossing. So I'm going to pull out immediately because I don't want to lose more troops. Or maybe I'm just... Maybe I am being too hasty. I'm probably being too hasty. Yeah, I probably am a bit too hasty. So Krakow is going to fall. But we did win this battle. And we're losing men rapidly, so I'm just going to try to pull some of them out to try to reduce the amount of, well, basically attrition. Well, it is attrition that we're facing. And these guys can hopefully try to push them out as well. And so far, Battle of Prague is going terribly. Send more troops there immediately. I don't want to lose more men. And 36,000 men are standing here waiting to be sent to the front lines and die, most likely. I'm surprised they can stand up to the other soldiers, because they are mostly professionals, I assume, since they're standing armies. And these guys are basically as workers who have a few months of training, if even that. And this battle is going terribly as well. Dig in and terrain being major factors for this, so I'm gonna pull out before I lose too many men. This is oh, I can get rid of these smaller German nations, and I will do so. I will be very, very happy to do so as well. And these guys need to recharge. This is collect them. I'm gonna have to rebuild my armies after this battle anyway, or this war. No matter how it ends. And I am prepared to accept a loss. Why are they alone? Probably new conscripts that got interrupted. And everywhere, this defensive position is working out too well. I'm very glad to have Bavaria and all these other folks. They're winning big time over here. Because Baden, Württemberg and Bavaria are the strongest smaller German nations that you can have on your side. I think. I can't remember anyone else. It's probably Hanover. Hanover is probably the only one besides them. And time to split this army up in two and reconquer lost territories. Thank you, Frankfurt am Main. I'm happy to accept peace with you. I have nothing but good things to say about you. And it's a city that I should really try to visit at some point. I don't think I have already. Oh, I've landed in Frankfurt am Main, or you know, like a transfer plane. That's probably my only experience with Frankfurt am Main. You might want to stop publishing that nonsense. And Troppau is a victory. Good. Try to throw out all of them from this country. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I'm pretty sure it's no. They have cannons and stuff on their side, and I do as well. Hermann Hummel, do a better battle. Come on. And I don't know if having the mobilization is still underway. That's good news. Flu pandemic, and there's no point attacking them now because they're in big mountains and they're dug in, and they had two in dug in, so that means that at least they should have this one. They should have strategic mobility at the very least. Victory at I'm sorry, Budojovic. No, Budo. I'm not gonna even try. I'm gonna call it Budo. Budo's a nice place, I think, maybe. I'm assuming it is. Sounds like it. Oh god, hell about now. Now we can finally, hopefully, get a whole bonus to... Oh god, that was a terrible, terrible battle. That was an awful battle. God. God, that hurts. Okay, try to recharge your batteries. So how's it going with everyone else? Are we winning the war? Everyone asks. And we are currently winning the war. Oh, what? They lost? How did they lose? And now suddenly this is terrible, terrible battle. Yeah, Anhalt. You can have peace. I'm offering you this. In exchange for, well, I guess peace for me too. Is there any way I could probably push in? Maybe I could send an army to Berlin, try to force something through there. They do have me covered on here, and I'm gonna pull back because I'm losing too many troops. That's why fighting these guys is always a pain. They do have technology on their side, and historically they are far, far better at fighting as well. Oh, and I have 58,000 men in total here, thanks to Bavaria helping out. And pushing the way to Berlin. And yeah, I'm just gonna go... Oh god, I need to help out here. I'm always on the defensive in these battles. Or on the offense. When defending my own country. And I have a flu pandemic as well. Which is murdering my population rapidly. See, minus 10,000 people each month. I'm just gonna pull out here. There's no point fighting back. 63,000 men there. Saxe-Weimar is out of the battle. Right now, the only thing I can really do is establishing some sort of perimeter here with enough troops. So wherever they go and attack, I have some sort of way to respond, I suppose, or reinforce. Wait for them to attack. Oh, here is the attack. Here is the attack I've been waiting for. Actually, send those 18,000 men into Prussia. And send these men to somewhere. And it looks like victory is going to be achieved against Prussia. Very exciting, very exciting. I'm gonna kick some Saxon butt because they abandoned me in my hour of need. And the Brits have landed in Dalmatia. Of course, see, they always land. They always do some stupid stuff against you. But they won't if you're allied with them. Well, the stupid thing they will do then, as I mentioned before, is that they won't help you. And I've ragged on them a bit too much already. And we're hemorrhaging money because war is very expensive. Always has been and always will be. In that way, war never changes. Berlin should soon be taken. And I don't know, these never do much. I would more have them as random things that happen you don't have a choice, really. Than having to be interrupted all the time by these small events that really does not matter. So can I do anything to them? Like add a war goal or something of some sort. Humiliate? Could be a thing. Depends on how willing they are to accept defeat and go to bed. Am I done now with demobilization? Yes, I am. Oh, it looks like there are Hanoverans, but there are Prussians under August von Boyen. This battle has taken ages, really. Don't I have more? No, only -1 for crossing. And -2 for leader attack because they have no leader. Well, that's pretty good. Hermann Hummel, though. He's putting up a good fight. Oh, that was fast. Oh, they have a fort in Berlin. Maybe that's why it took so long. And Dalmatia is getting lost, and that's not very good at all, because I can't really fight the British there. Alexander House is dead. I don't know who he was. He never did anything good, I'm certain. Or maybe it turns out that he was one of my best leaders, and now... How did I lose more people? I lost more people than them in a battle that I was, for once, fighting in an advantageous position. And that should be a pretty advantageous position as well. I'm dug in, and I have a crossing and terrain on my side. But he doesn't have any defensive thing. Well, that should be good. Military plans. I think I'm gonna take muzzle-loaded rifles. And I'm gonna be a bit more militaristic focused with my technology henceforth. Even though I should take biologism, I need to get my literacy up. But it's increasing pretty nicely. And not to forget what I can probably change the one in Bohemia, and I should pause the game before doing so. And Lombardia will get intellectuals instead. Slovakia, how far along are you? Pretty far along, and it's more important that I'm getting a nice even mixture at this point. So Transdanubia, and then Austria is so far down. And here is Venice and everything else. And the Brits have 39,000 men. It's the Bombay army. So they sent people from India, as I mentioned before. Of course they did. Of course they did. And I won that battle as well. And I have 50,000 men who are dying for no reason whatsoever. So I'm gonna split them up. And I'm probably going to add some sort of war goal. They have the admit hegemony. For some reason I cannot add it myself. And acquire state will probably take too much. Like if I wanted lower Silesia, it would probably cost me quite a lot. So the acquired state and lower Silesia will be 39 war score, and I have 18 right now. But if I wanted to humiliate, how much would that be? It would be 15 war score and reduced by 25 prestige. How much prestige do they have now? They have 25, so they would lose all the prestige from humiliate. And that wouldn't be a bad thing at all. It would probably knock them down a peg or two. Their industry is really high though, and they're an industrial powerhouse, being the second most industrious nation on Earth. But the prestige, plus it gives me prestige. And maybe that's more important. Maybe cut down to size out of 50, that's not gonna happen. Or maybe dismantle fortifications. No, that's too specific. I'm gonna add that. It doesn't cost much, and maybe I'll manage it.